We talk to each other. No man should push a conversation between two strangers. But you're going to let your husband talk to someone else about you all in Atlanta, and everyone knows what you're doing. This is the best reality TV drama. When I say the receipts are messy, I mean, Missy, this tea is scalding hot. And I hope you're ready because Jasmine Bleu just dropped bombshells about me. And let's just say Yandy is not okay. This is Yandy Smith, the strong, self-centered queen, finding out that her man, Keys M.C.'s Harris, the person she has supported through thick and thin, sneaking around with Jasmine Bleu and a girl. We are all aware of MC's past, but this time, he has gone above and beyond. Jasmine is providing facts and details rather than only making generalizations. And even tears. And let me tell you that Yandy is crying like never before. Fans are in shock. The internet is on fire. And the world of love and hip-hop is completely upside down. So what exactly did Jasmine disclose? How did Yandy react? And most importantly, will Mendeecees ever be able to move on from this? This is one of the most bizarre and shocking scandals to ever hit the love and hip-hop world. And believe me, it's messier and more heartbreaking than anything we've seen before. And the reason for that is none other than Jasmine Bleu. Jasmine and Mendeecees have a history, as you are already aware if you have been following the drama. Let's dissect this, as it has the potential to upend reality TV history. Their past has always been hazy, filled with rumors and complicated circumstances that have left fans this time. However, it's not just rumors. Jasmine Bleu just came out and exposed Mendeecees in the most brutal way possible. When Yandy realized that it was over, she began her live broadcast by saying, "You all are going to hate me for this, but I don't even care anymore. I'm done being quiet." At that point, people realized that something crazy was about to happen. Normally, people go live to chat, spill a little tea, and maybe hint at some drama. But this time, it wasn't just shade throwing. Jasmine brought facts, receipts, and a story so wild that it left people stunned. She revealed that Mendeecees had been sneaking around behind Yandy's back once more. And hold on, this isn't just some random dalliance or innocent flirting. Pizzulo supporters were saturating the discussion with phrases like, "Girl, spill it." Men, after he said that Mbesh had been lying to all of you. Once more, Mendeecees is disorganized, which, to be honest, would make any wife go crazy. For 6 months, Jasmine said several C's had been surreptitiously contacting her, telling her how unhappy he was, how stuck he felt, and how, if he could go back in time, he would have chosen her instead. Yes, he did say that. When Yandy first learned about it all of a sudden when people began tagging her in comments, she didn't respond and remained silent, which only increased suspicion. Then, hours later, Yandy finally appeared online, looking like she had been through a lot. Her eyes were puffy, her makeup was smudged, and it was clear she had been crying for hours. Her initial remarks right now, "I'm at a loss for words, but..." Wait, it gets even worse. According to sources close to Yandy, she confronted Mendeecees as soon as she heard the rumors. And let me tell you, it did not go well. Imagine this. Yandy stormed into the room with the phone in her hand, her voice trembling. But her energy was ready. She slammed the phone onto the table, and all of a sudden, the men's entire demeanor changed. And he said, "Baby, are you really going to believe her over me?" She fired back, "I'm not stupid. Don't even try me right now. I want to hear it from you, man." BC moved around in his chair as if he was trying to find a way out. But there wasn't one. And then Yandy suddenly produced a Cision phone because women, you can tell a man is having problems when a woman has 2 phones. She pressed listen on a voicemail, and guess what? Men, there was no way out of this one. So what did I do? He flipped the script and tried to blame Yandy, saying that you never listened to me and that you're always willing to believe the worst about me and everything I've done for this family. However, Yandy wasn't having it, so she snatched the phone back and said, Oh, Nanny wants to touch my phone, but you weren't worried when you were leaving messages. Many just sat there staring at the table, knowing it was over when it happened. Yandy broke down, and not just with a few tears. It's about betrayal, about years of loyalty being thrown away like nothing. And you know what? When a woman is more hurt than angry, you know it's over. But keep in mind that this is only the beginning, because after hearing the lies, the betrayal, and the humiliation, what comes next is to give up. The real question is, what happens next? Or what Jasmine interrupted? You don't have any power over me if you try to come for me. No, I have more receipts than Jasmine had. Yandy's heart was pounding as she fled the studio, trying to process everything she had given to Mendeecees, who had stood up for him when the world turned against him. Now it seemed like it had all been for nothing. As she drove home, tears filled her eyes, but she refused to let them fall because she wasn't prepared to break. It's always been erratic, but this time she was out for blood back at home. Yandy was pacing, so she couldn't just sit and let Menk spin the tale. She had to take action, so she picked up her phone and went live on Instagram. Thousands of people joined right away, and the comments poured in. "We got your back, sis. Leave him. He isn't worth it. Are you okay? We're praying for you." Took a deep breath. I wasn't even going to say anything, but I see what's happening out here. And I'm not going to let anybody make me look stupid. Her voice faltered, but she remained strong. I knew my boyfriend was losing control, so he grabbed up his phone and phoned Yandy, who was staring at the screen. I stood by him through everything, thinking we were strong, but today I witnessed things that really hurt me. I won't lie, this is difficult, but I'm strong, and I'll get through this. Screen his name showed, but was she prepared to hear his voice? Then a second notification appeared, this time from Jasmine, who had just dropped another bombshell. She looked directly into the camera in the video that Jasmine had published, and the internet went into full meltdown mode. I wasn't going to say this, but since everyone was talking, let me tell you the real truth. The anticipation was at an all-time high. She took a long breath. Fans were shocked that MC was actually going to leave Yandy without her knowing. Was he planning this all along? What? The comments erupted, and then Jasmine dropped more receipts, and Yandy realized that this wasn't just a simple statement. MC wasn't just telling me that he wanted to leave Yandy. He was planning it. He even started moving his money in preparation for a new beginning. Regarding infidelity, she had to decide whether to fight for this relationship or stop it permanently. And this was deceit on a whole other level. She took one final look at her phone before turning it off. In contrast, Jasmine Bleu was relishing the attention and started posting cryptic Instagram stories that implied it was me who had been pursuing her rather than the other way around. One of her posts read, "When a man shows you who he is, believe him." The first time it went viral, fans were immediately engrossed in breaking down every single word in an attempt to piece together the entire timeline. At this point, Yandy had stopped crying and was furious. The narrative, as opposed to what was displayed, was being devoured by the internet, and hashtags like #JusticeForRandy and #MisExplained became popular. An additional female, the sacrifices she made, the manner in which she held him down while he was in jail, the fight she fought on his behalf, and the years of devotion, trust, and struggle she had put up for M were all discussed in this. I need to correct the record, since Jasmine was out here feigning to be the victim. Within hours, a sit-down interview was set up, and Yandy was prepared to speak her truth. Believe me, this interview was dynamite, and she wasn't going to let Jasmine or me twist. Yandy proclaimed, picking up her phone and calling one of her closest friends. Without hesitation, the narrative Yandy disclosed everything. She had noticed the warning signs a month prior, but she chose to overlook them. She explained how his tales didn't line up, how he became suddenly constantly busy, and how the small details began to make sense, and the final straw was that M had supposedly assured Jasmine that he was done with Yandy fans, which enraged the comments section. This was followed by the shocking receipt screenshots that showed that M had been meeting up with Jasmine behind her back while posing as a devoted husband. Yandy Day deserves so much better. He is a cheater, always a cheater. Jasmine is acting like she won something, and everyone is wondering if she is guilty or hiding it. After days of silence, I finally spoke and went on Instagram Live, looking exhausted as if the weight of the scandal had finally crushed me. I'm not perfect, and he admitted that I made mistakes, but you don't know the whole story. Instead of a genuine apology, as the victim he claimed to be, M attempted to injure himself. The last man in the coffin implied that Yandy was making this public to garner sympathy, which was enough for Yandy, who retaliated on her platform after he and Yandy had been fighting for months and their marriage had already begun to fail. Jasmine wasn't finished. She fueled the flames by releasing what she said were screenshots of Mrs. last communications. I don't need compassion. I need honesty. And if you can't give me that, then we won't have anything else to discuss. Evidence that he had broken up with Yandy and was prepared to go on with her. The internet went wild, and supporters of New Heights demanded that Yandy leave forever. Many people thought the marriage was officially dissolved, but I was rapidly losing support. Even those who had initially stood by him were now criticizing his social. One thing was certain. This scandal was far from over. Let's be honest. Is there more DRO waiting to blow up? Or is this just another chapter before a shocking reconciliation? The biggest question is still whether Jasmine Bleu's claims are true, or if she is just chasing clout. If you think this is crazy, just wait. In the world of hip-hop and love, you really fumbled Yandy for this. The situation was pure chaos, and the fight was just beginning. What about Jasmine now that everyone was watching her? Was she going to do something? The drama never ends. So if you want to keep up with the most shocking revelations, the biggest scandals, and behind-the-scenes action, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications and smash the like button. If you believe Yandy should finally take a stand. Wait for our next video because this story is about to take a crazy turn.